He's here. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my buddy, my traveling buddy, the one who gets me in a lot of trouble, and I hope to get him into more, Mr. Dick Gregory. He actually just came from jail. He's got his t-shirt on that he's been picketing with all day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First, we say that we all made it here safely. And I pray to God that your return and my return will be equally as safe. Let me first say to Hazel, we thank you. I come from a different paradigm. I don't need to be validated by the New York Times.
Amen.
Or the Washington Post. Or NBC. I've been married 53 years. I have 10 children. And I never put my wife or my children above this movement. Now, I have no thought about what you do for yours. But black folks made me. When I came through, a black comic couldn't work a white nightclub. You could sing and you could dance, but you couldn't stand flat-footed and talk. I didn't know that. No professional comic that gave you the greatest laugh you ever had. The greatest laugh you ever had come from friends and relatives. Humor and comedy is a timing. And when I had none of that, working in a black nightclub on the south side of Chicago, black folks came and listened to me when I wasn't funny. And when they got through listening to me, they pushed me all the way downtown where they couldn't afford to see me. So it's my obligation to come back. But let me tell y'all something about the craziness. The young lady got the board, and my brother John, and some of y'all in this room have done more for the humanities, Hazel, than 90% of all the athletes, 99% and entertainers. But we so messed up. And then black folks are so sick. You said, well, how come the entertainers don't open up black business? Are you out your mind? They are athletes, not entertainers. General Motors went bankrupt. So what you think some punk-ass nigga athlete is going to save you from business? Then that means there's something wrong with you. Murdoch ripped off rich, brilliant Jews. And so you're going to put your hope on some jive athlete. A lot of them can't read or can't write. When I go to a football game, which I want to see that nigga outrun God, I don't go there to hear what John told us tonight. I don't go to a basketball game to see black folk get our story around the world. And so somewhere there's a new vibration now. And let me tell you something about the universal God. When they pick you, it leaves no footprints. You don't have to be validated by NBC or CBS or the Washington Post. And I have been blessed. I'll be 80 years old my next birthday, my wife will be 75. We ain't got a prescription between the two of us. What you put into the universe, not religion, not Christianity, all that came after the Creator. What you put into it is to give you back. It's like a bank account. And so I say, thank you for this watch. It's one thing getting an award from your peers, because you can't trick them. And so I sit here and I feel the vibration. It was a comedy in the jail today. Not because of me, because of British Petroleum. When you put Dick Gregory in jail, you have to tell the world why. And British Petroleum cannot stand no more bad publicity. Hear me good now. The all that they said don't make who's going to be the CEO and run the company. It's the stock. Huh? It's the stockholders. And their stock is down to a 6-year low. And so we went over to British Petroleum, marched in front of their headquarters. Now hear me good. Britain has no oil. One of the major oil companies in the world is British Petroleum, and they stole that from Africa. Shell is a Dutch company. They have no oil. And so what happened when we went there is the first time black folks came to their headquarters and wasn't invited. And because they've been dealing with Africans and think they know how to deal with niggas, they put one African in, and when he get out, they kill him and put another one in. But they was dealing with some black folks that they couldn't manipulate. And we presented them with a bill for $880 million. Huh? And they came back and said, we can have 400 million. We said, we didn't come here to negotiate. We came here to collect. Now, I'll be honest, 80 is 80. We sitting in a meeting with this sister here, Faye Williams. Ken Feingold has a $40 billion kitty to pay. She said to that white boy, don't you raise your voice at me. And my AD came through. I said, Mr. Feinberg, she don't talk for me. She don't speak for me. She's a young black woman. I'll be 80 years old soon. And I'm not about to have an attitude with a white boy that got a bag of money and I'm telling you to give us something to pay black folks. The reason I tell you that, this is the new black. And I'm so damn sick and tired of hearing you black folks talk about it's the youth. It's not about the damn youth. It's about you. When I came through and put my life on the line in my career, it wasn't for my children. I wanted human dignity. And if I got it, they can see it in me. You buy a house for your kids to inherit it. That's who you are. And any of you all who have followed me know 98% of my audience always been white folks. And I have always said to white folks, the strongest two forces in the history of America has always been the black woman and the black church. Yes. Hear me? You got a black man on the Supreme Court. The only one. You can laugh at him if you want. I don't care nothing about it, but I'm not stupid enough not to know that the mightiest punk club in the world is the U.S. Supreme Court. They don't make law. They determine. If I cannot make a human being, but I have the power to decide if you're a woman or a man, if you're a woman or a man outside, you're a woman and you're a man, y'all can't change it. That's the U.S. Supreme Court. And Clarence Thomas is on it. Well, how did he get there? Who was his daddy? He don't know. What college did his mother go to? She washed toilets and made beds in the hotel. How did he get there? Black woman in black church. That's who you are. We're the only people on the planet that they couldn't keep a slave 5,000 years. There was no slave that didn't stay in bondage 5,000 except us. Why? So that ignorant white boy came over there and thought he was stealing workers. He was stealing scientists. I built the kid, white boy. When you look up there and see the big difference, I'm the one that charted that. Do you know who you are? That's what this is about. Have fun and do everything you want. But when you go to bed at night, know who you are. Don't have to read no damn book written by someone. Did y'all see Help? How many of y'all saw Help? Don't raise your hand. If you didn't see it, don't shake it. How many of y'all raise your hand? Go back and see it again. One of the most filthy movies I ever seen in my life. For those of you that have, I'm not going to tell you the plot, but for a black woman who looked like my Christian mother, humble and meek, they showed the church scene, and for what that witch did in a white woman's pie, you might have liked it, but it reduced her below filth. Huh? The white Ku Klux Klan raped my 3-year-old granddaughter, and I go out raping a 3-year-old white girl. They reduce me below them. So y'all go there and you can look at that crap and laugh if you want to. That means you feel it too. And the white boy sends codes. The rise of the monkeys. Did y'all see that? Anybody see that or not? Huh? Hey, I saw it 10 times and called people all over the world to go see it. You should go back and see it again. You remember when that ape stomped his foot and said, no? That's when it became us. So you go there and think that was about gorillas. And those of you all that live here in Washington, D.C., that first weekend that it came out, the Sunday Washington Post mentioned that movie twice, and then they said, as of next week, all gorilla and monkey research was stopped. That's how bad they were scared when they realized they was looking at us. And then the movie that just came out a couple of weeks ago, Contagious. If you see the monkey story, Contagious follows after that, word for word. And so again, I say to you, you are the power, and you can't change nothing. When Tiger Woods was in his heyday, I can't believe, boy, that damn dumb. If he was the #1 money maker and the #1 golfer, and the only thing changed things, he got busted with them white hoes, and he can't win nothing. Now go back and get your white hoe, boy. If that was your key to success, get your white hoe. That's a great life. Because he didn't lose none of his skills. Somewhere. And I hope you sisters know how powerful you are and who you are. When I say Mama Rosa, there's one universal law, no violated there. Grief is a violation of God. I came up in a society where grief was supposed to be no. I knew Coretta Scott King. In the last 12 years of her life, she never ate cooked food. She died from grief. And I remember them old black folks when I was growing up that said, she just grieving herself to death. That white boy that played Superman, had the accident and died, and 18 months later, his wife died from lung cancer, and everybody said, oh, we didn't know she smoked. She didn't. More people in America die from lung cancer from grief than smoking cigarettes. Okay? And so what you have to do is teach young folks to unwind all the filth. My mama bought our toys for Christmas, put them under the tree and wrapped them, and then told me a white man bought them for me. Y'all don't see nothing. What you would ever bring their children toys and then say, Hitler, Nazi, bought them. You know how crazy you are? This is a game. And you got to understand the most vicious stuff you ever had put in your mind didn't come from it. Came from your mom and daddy trying to appease this redneck thug somewhere. All black folks need to go and apologize to white folks because we mad at the wrong white folks. The white folks you mad at couldn't help us if they liked us. My problem is the president of AT&T, Boeing, Harvard, and Yale, but y'all ain't gonna mess with them because they'll hurt you. And thank God, because of you, I ain't never been worried about hurting my white folks. And I see progress. I sit at meetings that few white folks can sit in. Queen Elizabeth made $360 million every 24 hours just interest on my money. And that little thug hoodlum, you got more intelligence in your baby finger than that witch got in her whole body. But nobody ever told her she had to work. Nobody had to tell her that she is somebody. And so you need to look in the mirror and see who you are. See who you are. Oh, if you could have been in that jail with me today. Brother Brown, Senator, Brother Brown, he just came in from North Carolina.
North Carolina?
Now, huge position in North Carolina. He got caught up in the moment. Oh, keep getting on in jail. I'm going to jail. You ever been in jail before? I'm not coming out. And he saw something. Can't find the man with the bag of money. Told the police to tell us to call him and get an appointment. And I said to the cop, tell him to go to hell. We ain't calling him. We control him. We determine. When that news went out today that Dick Gregory's in jail, the stockholders get worried about that bad publicity. And we're calling for a nationwide boycott of British Petroleum, and then he will lose his job. I thank you, my brother, for being there. And while he was in there, I told him some secrets. John, that's your kinfolk, John. John holds no secrets he can't dare tell. He knows what's going on. When I ran from LA to New York 50 miles a day to protest world and domestic hunger, he gets a call from the Vatican and they give him $150,000. And then told him, the second man, who ain't even Catholic, hear me, to y'all in this la-la land, the second man in the Vatican is not a Catholic. He told him the 10 Jesuit colleges have to kick in $10,000 a piece to run. Why? Because white folks don't want no black folks in control of hunger. Huh? We control the world with hunger. Huh? And so somewhere when you understand who this is about, huh? This is a game they play. When we was in Budapest, my little punk punky son, he the financial analyst for the city of New York. He can't tell white folks how to spend $35 billion, but they can't touch it till we analyze it. Come on, punk, I'm gonna show you real power. And we go there drinking cognac at $40,000 a shot. And I said, Ralph, I don't think this cheap stuff. So we go up to the 16th floor where it starts at $100,000 a shot. And I said to Ralph, tell this punky son of mine, how much you make a day? He said, I don't make $50 million a day, didn't give me a good to wake up. I said, tell me when you fit in the scheme of things. He said, I don't. They'll kill me on the way to get your dad. And so when you hear this brother talking about business, a lot of them will be polite because they know you crazy and I don't give a damn about what y'all think about me. Black economics in America is $6 trillion a year. Black folks in America make more money in 1 year than all the Jews do on the planet. And because of your limited stuff and your programming, you think I'm crazy. You're crazy. And if I worried about what you thought about me, I wouldn't tell you. Let me tell you how it works. Let me tell you how it works. You ever been in the beauty parlor? And the brother come in with them frozen steaks? 48 of them? And you buy 48 of them because you think they were stolen. Been in the barbershop, brother come in with 48 socks in a box, you buy them? No, they buy their stuff every morning with Safeway violators. Now how do you prove that? Simple. Public domain. Check, I have the #1 research team in the world. I'm the one that released the pictures with Ron Brown with the bullet in the back of his head. And y'all walking around and loving Clinton. He's a dog. And that's how messed up you are spiritually. And the reason they couldn't deny when I released it, because the white folks that did the autopsy brought them to me. It's a game they play. And all you have to do is come together with one another. Old black folks, y'all ever heard that the problem with black folks is like a bunch of crabs in a pot of hot water? Once one gets to the top, what happens? They don't. That's the hot water that makes them act like that. That ain't your blackism. Blame the hot water. You're scared to blame the hot water. And when I look at this brother and what y'all doing here, all we're doing is turning the temperature down. And I thank you. Thank you. So I leave you tonight. Then I say to my sister, I need something to end from my point of view. I was at both those executions the other night. I was in Huntsville, Texas, saying this white boy shouldn't die. And the press from all over the world. Mr. Gregory, this is the worst. This is the worst hate crime in the history of America. If that was Hitler in there fixing to go, I'd be out here saying, kill him. If I kill your brother and they catch me and I get life in jail, that's punishment. Once they give me the electric chair, that's revenge. Yes. And how you black folks, see, I'm not against it because sometimes a person died innocent. I'm not against that. I'm not against it because poor folks can't afford to get up. I'm against it because it's wrong to kill a person by mistake. And I don't have to get no permission from nobody. And so if y'all stop watching TV and see niggas in handcuffs and niggas talking bad English, if we communicated, I didn't know that a black person was a financial analyst. But I said, yo, it's my son, I know it. They didn't even see now, I'm telling you. My daughter is the bureau chief for all sex murders 15 and under in all of Brooklyn. But they're not going to tell you that. And y'all know success stories. When I hear Brother John, how many times I turn on NBC and CBS, and when they talk about big money, they should have carried you over to Europe last week. And maybe after they got through presenting their bullshit, the stock market went the last stuff, but they don't understand that. So I thank you. I'm so happy Obama was president.
That's right.
And I'm not one of these niggas that run around. A whole lot of people qualified to be president before him, but it was this movement that created an atmosphere where he could go. I was in Europe, somebody said, Mr. Gregory, explain to us about Obama. The first lady said, no, you have to ask somebody else. We've always had Obama. It was my mama, my sister, my aunt, my girlfriend. Y'all didn't see nothing but the maid. And if y'all want to see Obama, go to a Baptist church on Easter Sunday. So I just say that, know who you are. And you don't have to answer white folks just because they're white. And y'all hear during the earthquake the other day? White folk called me. Mr. Gregory, what do you think about the earthquake? You called me? What do I think about the earthquake? I was just flying in town from London. And when I landed, the earthquake is here 10 minutes from my plane landed. And I saw white folks. And I thought they was dancing, because that's what they danced. I didn't hear no music, and all at once they straightened up and they was getting down. I said, must be an earthquake. So white folks ask silly questions. Mr. Gregory, where you live, how much damage was done? So I live over with rich white folks, and I knew the earthquake was bad because my zip code changed 3 times. But my cousins lived in the ghetto. How bad was it? I said, well, it made $2.5 million worth of improvements. So I leave you to say to you, well, a little slow, huh? There's a lot of myths at your expense. Leave here and know who you are. Oh, y'all got to learn English. You can't wear your cap on the... We just had a governor that did 2 terms in California, and that punk couldn't even pronounce the state. They found out he had a baby with a Mexican one else on the way. But it was after 8 years term they found out. You think they didn't know? And that's why you sisters, you got to be careful about how smart you are. Y'all say things to us dumb, and we hear a different vibration. That governor went in and told his wife, he said, the maid wants a raise. And she said, screw the maid. So I leave you with this. And white folk better declare Obama won. It really proved something to me. I really was stupid enough to believe that all black folks look alike. Until Obama got in. And I haven't had one white person walk up to me and say, excuse me, Mr. President. And the first time I never thought I'd see the day I'd like to be white. I do. White folks are so lucky. When they finally get an African American, they get a behaved Negro. Went to their best schools. They call him anything they want to call him. They can't call him dumb. I ran for president in 1968, And if I run, this is the nigga they need. First thing I'm done is walk out there and dig up that rose garden and plant me a watermelon patch. And I just sit up on the White House balcony and eat watermelon and spit seeds all the way down. And so I say to my sister, thank you. And I say to you, as you go back home, know who you are. And you don't have to be validated by Harvard, Yale, or MIT, or the New York Times or the Washington Post. You was born a king and a queen. Know that. And so I thank you. I love you.